Hey everybody, back at it on our 66 Impala restoration here. So in the last video there, working on the body, got the two trunk sections done there, and that part undercoated anyway. Still got some more undercoating to do, but the rest I could do with the body back on the frame. I've already got the rear end out of her here, doing the rear end bushings. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, lost that video, but anyway, it was basically a straightforward unbolt everything for the rear end, and just drop her out. Pretty straightforward. And today was doing the final scrub down with the wire brushes and stuff of the frame, and checking it out, making sure everything's good. Just finished pressure washing her down again, and also doing the inside. There was a couple of things that I did with her there earlier, and I'll point them out here. So basically we had to get a little bit of welding done on her. Got it done at a welding shop. They could do definitely a lot better job than I did, but basically it was rusty right inside where the transmission cross member mounts were, both sides. So they got that all welded up nice and solid, and in good shape again. So that was the only spots on the frame that were bad. The rest of the frame is all good and solid, so pretty happy with that. So we'll be getting that put together here pretty soon. When I first got the frame, got the body off the frame, had to do definitely some cleaning on her, of course. There was a bunch of dirt and rust and everything else just choked right up in behind here, which is why it rusted out in this spot. So basically, looking on YouTube, found a guy who was doing this kind of same thing on his truck frame, and he made this tool which worked out great for me as well. It's just a piece of cable with some chain hooked around on the end here, a couple of cable clamps, and basically use this guy on a drill. Took that and just basically fed it down into any hole I could get it down into, and fed it all the way through, and just went in there and whipped around, and it cleaned out a whole lot of stuff out of the frame here. And so now both sides did it, both from the front and from the back in this way, and just let her spin around a couple times in and out, and got that all cleaned out, and then used the pressure washer and blew all the crap out of the frame there. So the frame is now completely cleaned out, and so what we'll do is, I've got some of the Eastwood internal frame coating that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to coat the frame rolling on the inside there, and then start painting. I'll be painting the outside here the next day or so, and getting her back to looking pretty in black. And also in the meantime, we've also been working on the rear suspension bushings. Got them all done. Basically with these guys, it's I got these suspension bushings that I got are from Energy Suspension. They come with these, and it just comes with the rubber bushing. It doesn't come with the casing. So it says you have to use the old casings and that. So basically what I did there in order to get them out is I'm actually looking up to know a guy who owns a shop. He's got a bearing press, and so I was able to I got these pressed out on this one here, but then I found out that it actually would work out better by just using a drill press. And this is what I did with the rest of them, is basically got my drill press, and I just basically drilled down into the old bushings, kind of all around the centerpiece here, and then I got a couple of pieces of angle iron cut, these guys here. And so basically what I did when I basically had the bushing and the cup pressed together, and then then I use these guys to kind of go around like this and around like that, and had that clamped in the vise. And then of course on the other side I had a block of wood right here, and just basically just used the vise and clamped her back in, right into where she exactly where she needs to be, right back where she was. Did that on both sides. And then for this one, this is the upper control arm on the right side. For the lower control arm, basically same idea, is have these guys kind of perched in here, kind of like that, more or less, kind of like that. Just prevented the arm itself from getting crimped inside there. And then with this, I didn't actually take the casing out. I literally just got the arm clamped in so that I could actually use the drill press again. Drilled all the way around the old rubber, and then I had a big old socket on one end. I guess from this side, big old socket from this end, and then again use these guys, kind of put them around kind of sort of like this, right on top of the lip of the actual casing. Can't quite see it because the new bushings there, but basically I did put these two guys kind of like this, right on top of the casing, and then these guys in the middle, big socket on this end, and just yanking on the big vise and just pushed her all the way out, and she just popped out. And then I just did basically that backwards to push the new bushings back in. And then on the lower control arm, there's like, this is the new bushing here, and then they have this is kind of just a little thrust washer that you just pop it on with your hand, and then you're all good to go. And then again, same thing on the other end with the angle iron and all that. Got that all pushed in, and yeah, those bushings are ready to go. Got both sides done there. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'll just gotta do some cleaning on these arms, get them all cleaned up and ready to be painted. I'm gonna paint them all chassis black as well, and then we'll be ready to put this back together. And then what we'll be doing on the rear axle is I got this kind of, right now I've just got it parked over here, but you know, again, going to be taking this all apart, and new axle seals, front diff cover, or front diff seal, rear diff cover, new oil, of course new shocks and all that. But again, chassis black, get her all painted up, and should be good to go. So I'll get a video going when we're going to be putting the rear end back in and get her all bolted back up again. And then yeah, we'll be ready to put the body back on the frame. Definitely looking forward to that. Hopefully to get that done in the next week here. So yeah, that's what we got done so far. So we'll see you on the next one. See you guys.